Hey everyone, welcome back to SCUM for Beginners. Before you know it, you're going to need more space and functionality than your starter base has to offer, so it's time to build a base. Building a base takes time, energy, and resources. Before you begin, you will need essential base building items such as nails, bolts, scrap, rags, and toolboxes. Don't forget that toolboxes can be crafted fairly easily. It helps to have more advanced base building tools such as axes and chainsaws, but these are not essential. A simple crafted stone axe works just fine to get your base up and running. I also recommend having several food and drinks on hand, as base building is hard work, and your character will need to replenish energy as you build. Where you build depends on a number of factors. If you play on a server, there may be rules that you need to adhere to, so be sure to check them out. If you're playing in sandbox mode, you have much more flexibility. However, I recommend doing your best to find a relatively flat area mid-map where the weather is not too cold and not too hot. I also recommend building near forested areas, since you'll be cutting down a lot of trees, so having them close by will be handy. A great spot, if you can find it, is close to a water source such as a lake, so you can gather water and fish. With a spot picked out and your essential items in hand, it's time to start building. Keep in mind that there is a limit on how many base building elements you can place per flag. By default, the limit for a one-player squad is 100 elements. The more players in your squad, the higher the limit will be. Your first task will be placing a flag, since you must claim the area before you can place any base building elements. With the flag completed, open your base building menu and select Twig Foundation from the list. Because the terrain is not perfectly flat, I highly recommend building your foundation a few feet off of the ground and creating the outer perimeter of your base first. When you do this, you'll be able to see if any of your foundations will clip into the ground. If they do, you can then destroy what you've built and reposition as required. To rotate the blueprint, use your scroll wheel. To adjust the height of the blueprint, move your mouse up and down, or hold down Alt and use your scroll wheel. When you're happy with the placement, click F. Now, collect whatever resources the blueprint requires, such as twigs, logs, rope, etc., and fill in the blueprint. Blueprints will snap to built elements, which makes lining up future blueprints super easy. If you want to unsnap the blueprint, hold Shift. To place your last blueprint without having to reopen the building menu, press Alt and the C key. Once you have your foundation outline built, I recommend deciding where you will build your stairs, or, if you prefer, a ramp. This is because depending on how high your foundation is off the ground, placing your stairs can be extremely finicky. You may have to play with this to get it to work, adjusting foundation height, adding additional base building elements, or changing the stairs location to a spot where you don't experience issues placing the blueprint. Once your stairs are installed, finish the rest of your foundation. Placing the first floor walls is super simple, and you have a few options to choose from. When placing wall blueprints, keep an eye on the white arrow, ensuring it faces the outside of the base. Use the scroll wheel to flip the arrow out if necessary. You can place up to 10 blueprints at a time, which should help you plan out your build. Next, decide where you will build your inner stairs. There are several options to choose from. Play with the blueprints to figure out what works best for the look and functionality you want. With your stairs built, select the twig floor blueprint from your building menu to begin adding the ceiling. Depending on the size of your base, you may notice that one or more of your floor blueprints is red, and a message will appear on the left-hand side of your screen. This is because there is no support to keep the base building element stable. To fix this, you will need support beams or a wall. You will need to factor base stability into your structure's design. If, as you're building, you encounter a red blueprint, ask yourself if you have enough stability for what you're trying to accomplish. There's a strong chance that this is what's causing your issue. Building your base from twigs allows you to easily refine your build with the least amount of resource requirements. Once you have your structure built, hold F on a base building element such as a foundation and select Upgrade from the list. A new blueprint will appear showing you what resources you need to upgrade to the next level. There are 5 upgrade levels, each providing a greater level of defense than the one below it. These levels are twig, wood, metal, brick, and cement. If you play on PvP servers or servers with dropships enabled, you may want to build in the woods or on uneven terrain. I recommend using triangle foundations and half walls to help you achieve this, since they provide greater flexibility to work around clipping. Ensure to build around your flag to protect it from being destroyed, and as you're able, install defenses such as advanced locks, fortifications, and turrets. Base elements will degrade over time. Use a toolbox on your flag to maintain it periodically, otherwise your base and any stored items will eventually despawn. With a new home built, it's time to fill it with all of the riches the island has to offer. Good luck, and see you on SCUM Island!